Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on Hypixel Skyblock. So in Skyblock, the Juju Bow is probably the most popular weapon in the entire game because of its versatility and its really good clearing speed and DPS. Well, today in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys why you should probably have second thoughts about getting a Juju Bow, because I'm going to be showing you guys something even better. Left click Mage. Now before we click off the video, yeah, LCM is not that good anymore compared to the Juju Bow, but this is only true if you're using the Juju Bow as an archer. And guess what? There can only be one archer on the team, otherwise archer kinda sucks. And because of this, today I'm going to show you guys why you should probably consider trying an LCM setup before getting a Juju Bow, because it can perform better than this weapon for cheaper and give you great results and good parties. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is LCM at low cata. So first of all, look at the gear. So first, my main weapon is going to be this OFA Shadow Fury. And as you can see, it's not recommed or Fuming Potato Book, it's very basic, but it has one for all in it. And this weapon right here is even cheaper than a Juju Bow, and even a maxed one is cheaper than a maxed Juju Bow. So as you can see right off the bat, this setup is going to be cheaper in terms of the main weapon. The armor is going to be Storm Armor, Ancient Storm, and a Golden Sedan Head. And as you know, Storm is also cheaper than Necron Armor. If you cannot afford Storm Armor, then I'd say that you should probably consider getting Ancient Wise Dragon Armor. So that's all the gear I'm going to be using. In terms of pets, I'm not going to be using my Ender Dragon pet. Instead, I'm going to be using a sheep pet in the dungeon during clearing, and a baby yeti during the boss. So without further ado, let's get into it with a floor 6. Alright everyone, so now I'm in a floor 6 dungeon, and I think a lot of players that are using a Juju Bow are going to be doing this floor. So when you're actually doing the dungeon, I recommend using a sheep pet and some wither goggles, because you don't really need that much effective health, and you're going to be mainly RCM clearing. So let's go here with Mage setup. We have our Shadow Fury, and I'm using Hyperion, but of course you probably can't afford Hyperion if you just have a Juju Bow. So you're going to want to use a Spirit Scepter instead. But Spirit Scepter and a Juju Bow when playing Berserker class basically clear at the same speed, so it won't make that much of a difference. And you're going to want to clear in your Ancient Wise or Ancient Storm Armor, because they still give you a good amount of intelligence to clear with. So as you can see here now, against this thing, I will LCM it. As you can see, I can still one-tap it just fine, even if I'm not using the optimal LCM gear. So as you can see, even with the Ancient Storm Armor, I still have a lot of intelligence right now with the sheep pet, and this will definitely help out. So if you're rich, you can also use a Black Cat pet, but it'll definitely be hard to have enough intelligence to spam your Spirit Scepter. So if you can't use a Black Cat for speed, then don't, because you want to make sure you can still survive. Alright, here we go, and boom, we're here. So now I'm going to be doing this on a Blood Rush. So in this phase, you can put on whatever damage pet you have, or you can just use the baby yeti. It doesn't really matter that much. And you'll put on the golden head you're going to use. So here it's going to be Livid, so we're going to do that. And as you can see, we're doing about 4 mil to Livid and almost 300k to these guys, and the golem pet's also helping us with the blood camp. So if you did not know, LCM is best used in the dungeon with blood camping, so your other team members can clear the dungeon while you basically just sit here and kill the mobs before they fall, and it's really, really fast. Okay, and finally, as you can see here, there we go, we're gonna finish off the last mob, and now let's go into the actual dungeon. So first, let's now try it out against these golems. So against the golems, as you can see, I'm doing 22 mil. So I'm able to basically one-tap them if I ice spray it. Look at that, easy one-tap, one-tapped. Not quite one-tap, it's okay, we can just ice spray it and then we're good. And there we go, as you can see, we're doing a lot of damage with this really cheap setup. So now I'll be wearing my tank setup for this part because you're probably going to be doing it with the party, but I'm doing it solo, so it definitely makes it a little bit harder. So let's do that. Alright, there we go. So now we're done with that. So now let's see how good this is against a giant. So during this part, you're probably going to have to be using your tank pet. So So as you can see, we can kind of just go against these guys, and as you can see, we're doing over 7 mil to them. And even though my kata is high, you're still going to be killing them really fast, and this is definitely faster than you would if you're using a Juju build with Berserker class. Because the Berserker class passive takes forever to activate with the Juju bow. So because of this, you actually can get faster kill times against single targets like the Giants if you're using LCM. And even with Archer, it's going to be really comparable to Archer for even cheaper than usual. So now let's do it against actual Sedan. So as you can see, my effective health is also really high. As you can see, like 700k effective health off of a Blood Rush is definitely good. And as you can see, I kind of just melted that boss real quick with this super cheap LCM setup. So as you can see, LCM is definitely probably better than you might have imagined in dungeons. Now of course, do not be fooled. I have pretty decent Catacombs level, not very good at 39, but it is better than a lot of Jujubo users. But even still, it is clear that LCM is still very good and is definitely better than Juju Berserker, because Jujubo has a very slow fire rate when you're playing Berserker class, and the passive takes forever. Likewise, with LCM, you don't need any of that. You just have the clearing power from a Spirit Scepter, and you have the Shadow Fury, both in combination to make a very, very powerful setup. Of course, it is a little bit harder to master LCM than it is to play Juju Burst, but it's going to cost you less, it's going to be probably more fun, and you won't have to wait every single time to get solo Archer when using a Juju bow. Instead, you'll almost be guaranteed solo Mage when you're playing LCM, and you'll have a lot of fun in the process. I hope this video helped you in your decisions of what to play in dungeons. I highly recommend playing LCM, and it gets even better as you progress in Catacombs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!